Have you ever noticed that some people seem to carry good fortune with them wherever they go? They may not be the richest, the smartest, or the most powerful, yet doors open for them quietly. When problems appear, help comes at the right moment. When they make decisions, things somehow turn out smoother than expected. Many people observe this and assume it is pure luck, something random and unexplainable. The elders often smiled when hearing such thoughts. They said that luck is rarely random. More often, it follows a person because that person carries the right energy with them. This energy is not loud. It does not announce itself. It moves quietly, shaped by habits, awareness, and even the small objects a person keeps close to their body. In daily life, people carry many things without thinking. Wallets, keys, phones, personal items. These objects touch the body constantly. Over time, they absorb and reflect personal energy. In calm years, this influence may feel subtle. In a strong year like 2026, it becomes clearer. What you carry does not stay neutral. It interacts with your mood, your decisions, and the way opportunities respond to you. Many middle-aged and elderly people remember a time when carrying certain items made them feel grounded. A simple coin from a meaningful year, a small object gifted by a loved one, or even a well-kept wallet that always felt reassuring. These items did not create miracles, but they created stability. And stability is where prosperity begins. The year 2026 amplifies this connection. It is a year of fast movement and strong reactions. Energy shifts quickly. Decisions are made under pressure. In such a year, having something that reminds you to stay calm, steady, and aware becomes valuable. Not as a charm, but as a quiet anchor. The elders always warned against superstition. They never taught people to rely on objects to solve life's problems. Instead, they taught people to use objects as reminders. A reminder to slow down, a reminder to respect money, a reminder to keep the mind clear. When an object serves this purpose, it supports prosperity naturally. This is why some people seem to carry luck. It is not the object itself. It is the awareness the object helps maintain. When awareness travels with you, choices become wiser. When choices are wiser, outcomes improve. Prosperity follows not because it is forced, but because it feels safe. In 2026, carrying the right items becomes more important. Not because the year is dangerous, but because it is sensitive. Objects that are cluttered, broken, or emotionally heavy drain energy faster. Objects that are simple, clean, and meaningful help stabilize it. This sharing is not about telling you to collect lucky charms or spend money on special items. It is about understanding why what you carry matters and how a few carefully chosen items can quietly support prosperity throughout the year. In the parts that follow, we will gently explore how carrying objects affects energy in 2026, which items support stability and money flow, and which items quietly drain prosperity. These are not magical rules. They are practical wisdom meant to help you move through the year with more calm, clarity, and steady fortune. To understand why carrying certain items matters so much in 2026, we must first understand how this year treats personal energy. Some years allow people to move through life carrying unnecessary weight without immediate consequence. Other years respond quickly. The year 2026 is one that responds. Energy reacts faster, spreads wider, and lingers longer. What stays close to the body influences not only mood, but timing and decision-making. The elders taught that objects carried on the body form a small energetic field around a person. Wallets, jewelry, keys, and personal tokens touch the hands and body every day. Over time, they absorb intention, emotion, and habit. In slower years, this influence remains subtle. In 2026, it becomes amplified. What you carry begins to shape how you respond to situations, and how situations respond to you. This is why, in 2026, carrying clutter becomes more draining than before. Too many items, mixed together without care, create scattered energy. Scattered energy leads to rushed decisions. Rushed decisions lead to missed opportunities. The elders often said that prosperity avoids confusion. When personal space feels chaotic, prosperity keeps its distance. Another important aspect of 2026 is sensitivity. People feel things more strongly. Stress accumulates faster. Emotions spread quickly. Objects carried close to the body absorb these states. An item associated with anxiety, conflict, or disappointment quietly replays that feeling throughout the day. In a strong year, this repetition affects confidence and clarity, even if the person is not consciously aware of it. The elders also emphasized that carried objects are not neutral in intention. A wallet stuffed with old receipts, broken cards, or torn edges sends a message of neglect. In 2026, neglect is reflected quickly. Money, energy, senses disorder and hesitates. Likewise, carrying items that feel heavy or uncomfortable subtly slows momentum. The body reacts by tightening, the mind by hesitating. On the other hand, simple, clean items support calm. An organized wallet, a smooth object that feels reassuring in the hand, or a single meaningful item carried with intention helps stabilize energy. In 2026, stabilization is powerful. When the mind feels steady, choices become clearer. When choices are clearer, prosperity has space to remain. Another reason carrying items matters more this year is movement. People move more frequently between roles, places, and responsibilities. When external conditions change quickly, internal anchors become important. The elders taught that what stays close to the body should remind a person of steadiness. Not ambition, not fear, but balance. There is also the issue of imitation. Many people carry items because others do, without understanding why. In 2026, imitation without alignment creates confusion. An object that feels right for one person may feel wrong for another. The elders believed that carried items should feel natural, not forced. If something feels uncomfortable or distracting, it should not be carried, no matter how lucky it is said to be. The purpose of carrying items in 2026 is not to attract attention or show belief. It is to quietly support awareness. When awareness travels with a person, prosperity follows more easily. This does not mean every object must be meaningful. It means nothing carried should feel neglected, broken, or emotionally heavy. In the next part, we will look closely at specific types of items that support stability and money flow in 2026. These are not expensive or rare objects. They are simple things that help prosperity stay rather than rush away. In 2026, prosperity does not come from chasing opportunities aggressively. It comes from creating conditions where money feels calm enough to stay. The elders often said that wealth dislikes being hurried. It prefers steadiness, order, and respect. For this reason, the items a person carries every day can either help money settle or quietly push it away. One of the most important items related to money flow is the wallet. Many people underestimate its influence. A wallet is not just a container for cash and cards. It is a daily signal of how a person treats money. In 2026, a wallet that is clean, organized, and intact supports stability. A wallet that is overstuffed, torn, or filled with useless papers reflects scattered energy. The elders taught that money feels uneasy in a place where it is not respected. When the wallet feels calm, money rests more comfortably. Another supportive item is a simple coin kept intentionally. Not a pile of coins, but one that carries meaning. It may be from a meaningful year, a first achievement, or a moment of stability. The elders believe that such a coin serves as a reminder of value and continuity. In 2026, reminders matter. When decisions feel rushed, touching something that symbolizes steadiness helps slow the mind. A slower mind makes better financial choices. Small natural stones are also often recommended, not for their price or rarity, but for their grounding quality. Stones formed over long periods carry a sense of patience. In a fast year like 2026, this energy is stabilizing. Carrying a smooth, small stone in a pocket or bag can serve as a quiet anchor. The elders warned against stones that feel sharp, cracked, or uncomfortable. The feeling in the hand matters more than the type of stone. Keys are another everyday item that influences prosperity more than people realize. Keys represent access. When keys are tangled, noisy, or attached to broken keychains, they symbolize blocked or chaotic access. In 2026, this symbolism becomes active. The elders advised keeping keys simple, functional, and easy to handle. This reflects clarity in how opportunities are approached. Some people also carry small personal notebooks or folded notes with reminders. When used correctly, these items support money flow by encouraging clarity and planning. In 2026, writing things down reduces anxiety. Reduced anxiety helps money stay. The elders believe that money avoids confusion and feels welcomed by clarity. What all these items share is simplicity. None of them are flashy. None are meant to attract attention. Their power lies in how they support daily awareness. When a person feels grounded, money responds positively. It is important to remember that value does not equal cost. Expensive items do not automatically bring prosperity. In fact, in 2026, carrying items that feel heavy with expectation or pressure can be draining. The elders taught that the best supportive items feel light, familiar, and reassuring. Another principle emphasized by the elders is cleanliness. Items that are dirty, sticky, or neglected absorb stagnant energy. Carrying them spreads that stagnation throughout the day. In a sensitive year, this effect is noticeable. Regularly cleaning personal items resets their energy and restores balance. Equally important is moderation. Carrying too many items creates noise. Noise leads to distraction. Distraction leads to poor decisions. In 2026, prosperity prefers quiet. One or two supportive items are enough. More than that creates confusion. These items do not create wealth on their own. They create conditions where wealth can stay. They remind the person to slow down, to respect money, and to make choices with awareness. When awareness guides action, prosperity follows naturally. In the next part, we will focus on items that support calm thinking and clear decision-making in 2026, and why, in a fast year, clarity is just as important as money itself. In a year like 2026, prosperity is closely tied to the quality of decisions made under pressure. Opportunities may appear suddenly, conversations move quickly, and choices often feel urgent. The elders taught that when the mind becomes rushed, even good opportunities can turn into loss. This is why items that support calm thinking and clear awareness are just as important as items related to money itself. One of the simplest supportive items is a plain bead bracelet or string of beads, worn not for display, but for grounding. The elders never encouraged ornate or flashy beads. They preferred something simple, smooth, and comfortable. The purpose was not prayer or ritual, but rhythm. Touching the beads gently during moments of tension reminds the body to slow down. In 2026, this small pause often prevents impulsive decisions that later lead to regret. Small wooden items are also traditionally valued for calming energy. Wood carries gentle, living energy that supports growth without agitation. A small wooden token or charm, kept in a pocket or bag, can quietly stabilize emotions. The elders warned against sharp or heavily carved objects. What is carried close to the body should feel soft and natural, not demanding attention. Another helpful item is a personal object associated with steadiness rather than success. Many people mistakenly carry items that remind them of ambition, pressure, or past struggles. In 2026, these reminders intensify stress. The elders advised carrying something that recalls patience, a gift from a calm period in life, a simple object from a peaceful memory, or something that symbolizes endurance rather than achievement. Some people also carry small written reminders, such as a single word or phrase, folded neatly and kept privately. This is not a charm, but a cue. Words like steady, enough, or wait help redirect the mind during rushed moments. In a fast year, having a physical reminder to pause supports wiser decisions. The elders believed that clarity begins with remembering to stop. The elders also spoke about the importance of weight. Items that feel heavy in the pocket or bag can create a sense of burden. In 2026, carrying heavy objects increases fatigue. Fatigue leads to poor judgment. Supportive items should feel light, both physically and emotionally. If an item feels uncomfortable or distracting, it should not be carried, no matter its supposed meaning. Another often overlooked item is the phone case or personal device cover. In modern life, this is one of the most frequently touched objects. A cracked, dirty, or chaotic phone case reflects disorder. In 2026, this disorder influences thinking more than people expect. The elders would say that what the hands touch most often should feel orderly and calm. The key principle behind all these items is intention. None of them are meant to bring luck by force. They are meant to support awareness. When awareness is present, the mind becomes less reactive. When the mind is less reactive, decisions become more aligned. When decisions are aligned, prosperity follows naturally. It is also important to note that these items should not be shared or borrowed casually. The elders taught that items carried close to the body absorb personal energy. Sharing them can mix energies, creating confusion. In 2026, this mixing can disrupt clarity. Items that support calm thinking do not announce themselves. Others may not even notice them. Their influence is internal. They help the person remain steady when speed increases around them. In the next part, we will discuss items that should never be carried in 2026 and why some everyday objects quietly drain prosperity and clarity without people realizing it. In 2026, just as some items quietly support prosperity, others quietly drain it. The elders often said that people focus too much on what to add and too little on what to remove. Carrying the wrong objects close to the body creates constant energetic friction. Because this friction is subtle, many people do not realize why they feel more tired, more impatient, or less fortunate as the year goes on. One of the most harmful things to carry in 2026 is anything broken. Cracked keychains, torn wallets, chipped jewelry, or damaged phone cases all carry the energy of interruption. The elders believed that broken objects symbolize unfinished energy. When such items are carried daily, they repeatedly remind the body and mind of loss and disruption. In a sensitive year, this reminder becomes active, affecting confidence and timing. Sharp or aggressive objects should also be avoided. Items with sharp edges, pointed shapes, or harsh metallic designs create cutting energy. In calmer years, this energy may go unnoticed. In 2026, it leads to impatience, conflict, and rushed decisions. The elders warned that sharp objects carried close to the body sharpen emotions as well. This sharpness often results in words spoken too quickly and choices made without reflection. Another category to avoid is objects tied to negative memories. Some people carry items connected to past arguments, failures, or painful experiences without realizing it. These objects hold emotional residue. In 2026, emotional residue surfaces more easily. Carrying such items keeps the mind anchored to the past, weakening clarity in the present. The elders taught that prosperity moves forward, not backward. Excessively heavy items are also discouraged. Overloaded bags, large key bundles, or unnecessary tools carried just in case create a sense of burden. In 2026, burden translates into fatigue. Fatigue leads to hesitation and poor judgment. The elders believe that prosperity prefers lightness. What feels heavy to carry also feels heavy to maintain. Another common mistake is carrying clutter. Receipts stuffed into wallets, unused cards, expired papers, and random objects mixed together create chaos. Chaos spreads quickly in 2026. When personal space is disorganized, the mind becomes disorganized. Money decisions made in such a state often lead to leakage rather than gain. Objects that create noise should also be avoided. Loud keychains, jingling accessories, or items that constantly draw attention disturb inner calm. In a fast year, inner calm is essential. The elders taught that when a person's energy is constantly pulled outward by noise, awareness weakens. Without awareness, prosperity struggles to stay. Some people also carry items they do not understand or believe in, simply because others say they are lucky. In 2026, carrying objects without personal alignment creates discomfort. The elders believed that if an item feels strange, heavy, or distracting, it should not be carried. Prosperity does not follow discomfort. Another important warning concerns borrowed items. Carrying things that belong to others for long periods mixes energy. In 2026, mixed energy leads to confusion. The elders advised returning borrowed items promptly and avoiding long-term use of others' personal belongings. The common thread among all these warnings is this: what you carry should not remind you of stress, damage, or confusion. In a sensitive year, these reminders repeat themselves silently throughout the day, shaping mood and decisions. Removing the wrong items often brings immediate relief. People feel lighter, calmer, and more focused without knowing why. This is not coincidence. It is the result of reducing energetic noise. In the next part, we will speak about how to use lucky items properly in 2026 and why carrying fewer things with clearer intention is far more powerful than carrying many objects without awareness. After understanding what to carry and what to avoid, the elders always emphasized one final principle: how you use lucky items matters more than what the items are. In 2026, less is stronger than more. Carrying many objects, even if each one is said to be lucky, creates confusion rather than protection. Prosperity prefers clarity. The elders taught that one or two carefully chosen items are enough. These items should feel familiar, comfortable, and easy to maintain. When an object requires constant adjustment, worry, or explanation, it stops being supportive. In a fast year, attention is precious. Lucky items should not demand it. Cleanliness is the first rule of proper use. Items carried close to the body should be kept clean and in good condition. This does not mean constant polishing, but regular care. Wiping a wallet, cleaning a bracelet, or organizing personal belongings resets their energy. In 2026, small acts of care have strong effects. Care reflects respect, and respect invites prosperity. Another important rule is privacy. The elders warned against showing or discussing carried items too often. When lucky objects become topics of conversation, comparison, or display, their stabilizing role weakens. Prosperity in 2026 prefers quiet support rather than public attention. Items meant to anchor awareness should remain personal. Timing also matters. Carrying an item should feel appropriate to the current phase of life. If circumstances change, the item may no longer serve its purpose. The elders believed that holding on to something out of habit can turn support into burden. In 2026, knowing when to let go is as important as knowing when to keep. There is also the matter of intention. An item carried without intention becomes decoration. An item carried with clear intention becomes a reminder. The elders advised setting intention gently, without ritual or force. Simply knowing why an item is carried is enough. In a sensitive year, clarity of intention stabilizes energy. Another rule is consistency. Switching items frequently out of impatience creates instability. In 2026, consistency builds trust between the person and their environment. When an item is chosen, it should be carried long enough to support routine. Constant change signals dissatisfaction, which unsettles prosperity. The elders also warned against dependence. Lucky items should not replace judgment, effort, or responsibility. They are companions, not solutions. When people expect objects to solve problems, disappointment follows. In 2026, disappointment drains energy quickly. Using items as reminders rather than crutches preserves balance. Proper use also includes awareness of feeling. If carrying an item begins to feel heavy, irritating, or distracting, that feeling should be respected. The elders taught that discomfort is a signal. Prosperity does not grow in discomfort. Removing or changing the item restores alignment. Finally, gratitude completes proper use. Not gratitude toward the object, but toward the stability it helps maintain. When people acknowledge the calm they feel, they reinforce it. In 2026, reinforcement happens quickly. Calm leads to better choices. Better choices lead to steadier outcomes. Using lucky items properly is not complicated. It is about care, moderation, and awareness. When fewer items are carried with clearer intention, the mind becomes quieter. When the mind is quiet, prosperity finds a place to stay. In the final part, we will close with a gentle story and reflection, reminding us that true luck follows awareness, not objects, and that what we carry matters most when it supports who we are becoming. As this sharing comes to an end, the elders often return to a simple reminder that many people forget. Luck does not come from objects, but from awareness. Objects only follow the direction of the mind. When the mind is scattered, no item can hold prosperity. When the mind is calm and steady, even the simplest object becomes supportive. There is an old story about a traveler who carried a heavy bag filled with lucky charms. Wherever he went, he felt burdened and tired. He believed the weight was necessary to protect his fortune. One day, he met an elder who asked him to place all the items on the ground. The elder removed everything except one small, simple object and handed it back. "Carry only what reminds you to walk steadily," the elder said. The traveler felt lighter immediately, and his journey became easier. The elders used this story to teach that carrying fewer things often brings more clarity. In 2026, this lesson becomes especially important. The year moves fast, and energy reacts quickly. What you carry with you every day should help you pause, not hurry. It should help you remember, not distract. Many people search for lucky items, hoping they will change fate. The elders never taught this. They taught that lucky items are mirrors. They reflect how you live, how you decide, and how you care for yourself. When you carry something with respect, you reinforce respect in your actions. When you carry something carelessly, you reinforce carelessness. Prosperity in 2026 does not come from accumulation. It comes from alignment. Alignment between what you think, what you carry, and how you act. When these are aligned, opportunities feel smoother, decisions feel clearer, even difficulties feel manageable. For middle-aged and elderly people, this reflection is especially meaningful. At this stage of life, carrying peace is more valuable than carrying symbols. Health, clarity, and emotional balance matter more than display. A small item that helps you slow down, breathe, and remember what is important is worth more than many objects said to be lucky. The elders often said that what truly boosts prosperity is not what you add, but what you remove. Removing clutter from your pockets, removing broken items, removing emotional weight tied to old memories. When space is created, something new can settle. If you choose to carry a lucky item in 2026, let it be simple, let it be clean, let it feel right in your hand and in your heart. Do not expect it to bring wealth. Allow it to remind you to make choices that protect what you already have. And if you choose not to carry anything at all, that is also wisdom. Awareness does not require objects. Objects only assist awareness. May you walk through 2026 carrying less burden and more clarity. May what you keep close support calm decisions and steady fortune. And may prosperity follow you not because of what you carry, but because of how you live.